The desert held his breath that night, a quiet older than the sky. My boots sank deep in dying sand, where every echo learns to lie. A raven watched me from a stone, black wings still warm from distant fire, and whispered, son, your story's long, but even longer is your ire. I saddled up my tired horse, his eyes like storms I couldn't tame. We wandered roads that men forgot, where graves don't even keep a name. The wind was cold but smelled like smoke, the kind that clings to broken towns, where mothers cry with empty hands and fathers never make it home. 'Cause I've been riding where the sun burns out, where dust turns red and the west cries loud, where the bones of the past still rattle at night, and the dead find peace in the absence of light. No law, no mercy, no heaven to run. I'm the rider who outlived the sun. A ghost town flickered in the haze, its windows bleeding molten gold. A church bell rusted to the ground, still rang with stories never told. I saw my shadow on the dunes, a stranger shaped by loss and rage, and wondered if the man I was had died somewhere along the way. My horse kept moving through the heat as vultures circled overhead. The smoke behind us curled like snakes, and every trail was painted red. The moon rose early, pale and white, a broken lantern in the dust, and I could swear I heard it say, your road is long, but ride you must. 'Cause I've been riding where the sun burns out, where dust turns red and the west cries loud, where the bones of the past still rattle at night, and the dead find peace in the absence of light. No law, no mercy, no heaven to run. I'm the rider who outlived the sun. Some nights I feel them riding near, the ghosts of every friend I lost. They whisper warnings on the wind, but freedom always has a cost. And though the darkness calls my name, I hold the reins and don't look back. 'Cause every grave that marks my path reminds me why I can't turn back. By dawn the world was quiet once more, a silent kingdom of burned stone. The raven stayed upon my shoulder as if to claim me as his own. But I ain't dying here tonight, not while this road still breathes my name. The west may crumble into ash, but I'll keep riding all the same. Yeah, I've been riding where the sun burns out, where legends fade and the brave wear down, where the earth remembers every last sin, and the long cold night always pulls you back in. No law, no mercy, no place left to run. I'm the rider who outlived the sun. dying moon. Its light a cold and fragile tune. The desert stretched like broken skin, with every scar carved deep within. My horse moved slow on weary bone. Too many miles too far from home. And when the wind began to shake, it whispered, "Boy, there's a grave you made." I knew that place from years before, a valley carved in blood and war, where silence grew in twisted vines, and time forgot its crooked lines. The crosses leaned like drunken men, as if they'd fall and rise again. And though I hoped the past would fade, it kept its shade inside the grave. I'm the man who returned to his own grave, to the dirt I left behind, to the soul I didn't save, to the bones of who I was, to the ghost I couldn't brave. I'm the man who returned to his own grave. A lantern flickered through the dust, its flame a stubborn scrap of trust. It lit the stones, it lit the path, it lit the ruins of my wrath. The raven perched on splintered wood, its eye said more than any could. It caught one soft as if to say, "You shouldn't have come back this way." I reached the grave with shaking hands, the earth still warm from dying sands. No name was carved upon the stone, just scratches of a man unknown. I knelt and felt the soil breathe, a pulse beneath the desert's teeth. And then a voice rose from below, "You left me here so long ago." I'm the man who returned to his own grave, where the whispers know my sins and the dust can't behave, where the echoes of my past claw the heart I couldn't save. I'm the man who returned to his own graves. A man don't die when bullets fall, he dies the day he fears the call. And every lie a rider gave will drag him back into his grave. A figure rose from shifting gloom, half shadow, half forgotten doom. He wore my face, my eyes, my scars, a mirror stolen from the stars. He stepped toward me with broken breath, like someone freshly pulled from death. You walked away, he said to me, and left your soul to rot with me. His hands were shaking cold as steel, yet warm was something I could feel. A memory, a pain, a truth, the death I owed my youth. He grabbed my wrist and pulled me near, his whisper crawling through my ear. You buried me in shallow pain, but now you bear the stain. I'm the man who returned to his own grave, where the dead still speak the words I never gave, where the broken version of me I failed to say waits deep in the dirt of my own grave. The moon sank low, the stars grew thin, the desert swallowed all my sin. I placed my hand on fractured bone whisper, brother, you're not alone. The ghost climbed back into the dust, his shape dissolving into trust. And with one breath the grave let go, releasing all the weight I know. I'm the man who returned to his own grave, not to die but to reclaim what I once gave. The shame, the fire, the scars that time engraved, I took them back from the dirt of my own grave. I rode beneath the sky of rust, a dying world of wind and dust. The moon was thin, a sharpened blade, a ghost of light had made. My horse walked slow in fading heat, his hooves like tired, forgotten beasts. And every step the desert gave felt like a shallow grave. I passed across with a rotted road where someone hung their last of hope. A crow stood guard on twisted pine, its cry cut through my spine. The wind grew old around my ears, it whispered truths I feared for years. You walk a road where dawn is torn, this is where night was born. On the road where the night was born, the sun dies slow and the soul is torn. The shadows rise like fields of corn, and every dream becomes forlorn. No man returns the way he swore. On the road where the night was born, I reached a ridge of broken stone, a mountain made of dust and bone. The sky collapsed in shades of gray as if it feared the day. A ghost rode up beside my reins, his eyes like shattered window panes. He said, you once rode here with me, do you remember me? I didn't speak, I merely stared at all the truths I'd never shared. His shadow stretched across the sand, a mark of death's cold hand. He pointed toward a dying flame, a campfire whispering my name. You lit that fire when you were young, before your fate was sung. On the road where the night was born, the winds recall the oaths you've sworn, the lies you left, the pain you scorn, return like ghosts you can't outrun, and every step feels twice as warm. On the road where the night was born. A man will face himself someday, no matter how he rides away. And when he does, the dark will show the truths he never meant to know. The campfire sputtered out in ash, a dying breath, a final flash. The ghost sat down beside the flame and softly spoke my name. You left me here beneath this sky without a chance to say goodbye. You walked away and didn't mourn, and so the night was born. I felt the weight beneath my ribs, a grief that years had tried to hide. The ghost reached out with trembling hand, a plea I couldn't stand. You ride with bones you never claimed, a heart untold, a guilt unnamed. But this is where your fate was sworn upon, the night you born. On the road where the night was born, my sins grew teeth and my heart was torn. The man I left was tired, worn, but still I rode through worlds forlorn. No sunrise breaks the endless morn on the road where the night was born. The ghost stood up and faced the stars, his shadow cracked with quiet scars. He said, you don't have far to go, you know what only you can know. My horse let out a weary breath, as if it knew the scent of death. The night grew cold, the fire died, a truth I couldn't hide. I took a step toward the unknown, toward all the pain I'd never owned. The ghost walked with me side by side, a guide through all I tried to hide. And when we reached a crooked thorn, the ghost became the dawn. On the road where the night was born, a man walks out of who he's torn. He sheds the shadows he has worn and rises from his former scorn. For dawn is forged from souls reborn on the road where the night was born. The night fell heavy on the canyon rim, broken land and burning dim. My horse stepped slow through dying heat, his breath a ghost beneath my feet. And every sound the desert gave felt like a song carved from a grave. The wind blew cold, the stars hung low, a sign of something old. I saw my shadow stretch ahead, long as the trail the lost ones tread. But then it wavered like a flame and whispered softly back my name. I froze, my heart began to pound, for shadows shouldn't make a sound. Yet there it was, so faint, so hollow. Turn back, or I will follow. I am the rider who walked out of his own shadow, where the cold wind sings and the dead still echo, where the moon bleeds thin on a haunted plateau, and the truth cuts deeper than any arrow. No dawn can follow the path I go, the rider who left his shadow. The sky turned copper red as blood. The canyon groaned like rising flood. My shadow dragged across the sand, too slow to heed command. I felt it grip my trailing boot, as if to pull up buried roots. Its fingers dark as dying stars, a cage behind my scars. I turned and stared into its lines, a twisted map of all my crimes, a silhouette I once had worn, but now was cracked and torn. It raised its head and whispered clear, you lost yourself along the year. The lies you told, the souls you owe, that's why you lost your shadow. I am the rider who walked out of his own shadow, where the dust runs deep and the spirits bellow, where the past grows teeth and the night turns feral, when the truth cuts deeper than any arrow. No man escapes what he used to know, the rider who lost his shadow. The shadow's not just absence of light, it's the part of a man he refuses to fight. The canyon shook beneath my feet, as if it sensed my dark retreat, and then my shadow tore into a sin I couldn't undo. It stepped ahead and formed a man, a darker version of my plan. He stared at me with hollow eyes, the kind the truth denies. You left me when the world turned black. You cut me loose and never looked back. You rode the wind, you chased the flame, while I still wore your shame. He grabbed my coat with smoke-made hands, the kind that burn like dying brands. You cannot ride, you cannot run, not till we stand as one. The sky exploded into red, the desert trembled with the dead. My horse reared up and cried in fear, its breath a shattered spear. My shadow snarled and dragged me low, a pull no mortal man could know. It pressed its face against my own, a mask of dust and bone. You buried me through years of drought, you killed the parts you feared would shout. But I have walked through ash and flame to take back what you claim. Its grip grew strong, the wind grew still, time folded like a broken will. I felt its pulse beneath my skin, the shape of who I've been. I am the rider who walked out of his own shadow, where the ghosts ride close and the winds grow narrow, where the bones of the past play the strings of sorrow, and tomorrow is a word a man can't borrow. No sunrise waits where the lost ones go, the rider who fades his shadow. The desert split with thunder's roar, a crack that opened like a door. My my shadow pushed me toward its rim, a world too dark and grim. I fought its pull, I fought its lies, the fear that lived in both our eyes. And in one breath of trembling fire, I chose what I desire. I'll carry you, I cried at last, not bury you in fading past. We walk as one or not at all, together rise or fall. A shadow paused, its voice grew weak, a fragile truth it couldn't speak. It merged with me in shattered glow and whispered, now we grow. I am the rider who walked with his own shadow through the ghost-lit plains and the burning meadow, where the dead still hum and the winds stay mellow, and the night carves men like a chiseled gallows. But I ride reborn through the afterglow, the rider who claimed his shadow. Beneath a fractured sky, where even angels fear to fly. The night was cold, the moon was bent, a lantern long since spent. My horse walked slow on hollow ground, where every echo held a sound of someone calling from the past, a voice not meant to last. I followed trails of broken light, a single star that shone too bright. It pulled me like a dying flame, a whisper calling name. And though the desert stretched for miles, and shadows shifted into piles, I felt that star was meant for me, a truth I shouldn't see. I'm the rider who followed the wrong star, chasing light that never was, riding way too far, through the bones of the earth and the dust of war. I wander roads where the dead keep score. No dawn can fix what the nights unbar. I follow the wrong star. I passed a valley carved in grief, its air as sharp as broken teeth. The rocks stood tall like solemn guards, protecting buried shards. A raven perched upon a ridge, its wings like shadows of a bridge. It stared at me with quiet spite, as if it knew my night. The star above began to fade, but still I followed, still obeyed. It danced like ghosts in funeral smoke, a promise meant to choke. The wind grew fierce, the dust grew red, a storm of all the words I bled. I heard the earth beneath me moan, you walk but don't own. star. Through the echoes of lost and the desert scar, every mile I rode felt twice as far. Every truth I met cut like tar. No prayer can mend what the shadows mar when you chase the wrong star. A star can shine in the darkest night, but not every light shows what's right. Some led men to the truth they dread, to the graves they left for dead. I reached a ridge where time stood still, a place untouched by mortal will. The star hung low, a trembling spark, a song afraid of dark. Beneath it lay a twisted tree, its bark as gray as misery, and on its roots a solemn stone with letters of my own. I brushed the dust and felt my chest collapse beneath forgotten rest. The name upon the stone was mine, a curse by my design. The star above fled one last time, a flicker in the distant grind, and then it died without a sound, leaving cold, bare ground. I'm the rider who followed the wrong star. To the grave I dug myself from afar. I chased a light that revealed who we are, a man undone, a wound that won't scar. No desert wind, no dust can spark with a man who lost his star. The night closed in around my bones, a crown of wind, a throne of stones. My horse lay down in quiet ache, too tired to stand or break. I placed my hand upon the grave and felt the cold begin to crave. The warmth I held, the life I kept, a debt I never slept. I whispered to the dying land, I followed wrong, but now I stand. And in the dark a spark returned, a truth so nearly burned. I turned away from what I'd found and left behind that sacred ground. The night grew soft, the dawn grew near, a path now strangely clear. I'm the rider who followed the wrong star, but found the man I buried far. I walk again with a lighter scar, no longer chained to what we are. The night lets go, the dawn says part, for the man who lost his star. I rode across a barren land where time slips slow like sinking sand. The sun hung low, a dying flame, a relic too old Marcus walks off through rust-red dust, this breath of him of quiet trust. The wind crawled past like haunted rain, a whisper saying, stay. Along the ridge, dead branches sway, like soldiers carved from bone and shade. Each creak and crack beneath the heat felt like a heartbeat. Beat. I felt the desert breathe my fears, 1,000 lives, 1,000 years. And somewhere deep beneath its frame, it softly spoke my name. In the desert that learned my name, where ghosts walk slow and the stars spell blame. The wind repeats what I became, a broken man with untold shame. No storm can wash what the sands reclaim. In the desert that learned my name. Valley opened at my side, a graveyard for the ones who tried. The crosses leaned like falling men, too tired to rise again. A raven perched upon a mound, its wings like shadows folded down. It stared as if it somehow knew the sins I hid from view. The wind grew sharp as shattered glass, it scraped my skin each time I passed. It carried voices from below, old names I used to know. And when it brushed across my coat, it chilled me from my sinking throat. It whispers soft without remorse, you've been this way before. In the desert that learned my name, where the earth remembers every flame, where the nights grow wild and the days turn tame, where truth walks free and the lies limb lame, I am bound to the echo that bears my name. In the desert that learned my name. A man don't carve his fate in stone, he carves it in the things he's thrown. And when the West recalls his claim, it whispers back his name. A woman's silhouette appeared, her steps too soft, her presence weird, her voice a ghost beneath the glow, a song from years ago. She said you left your heart with me, a thing you never meant to free. But when you rode into the flame, the desert kept your name. Her touch felt cold upon my hand, as weightless as the drifting sand. Yet in her gaze I saw the path of every wasted aftermath. She pointed toward a distant doom, a place beneath a haunted moon. And there I saw a weathered stone with letters of my own. Heavier, more tragic, in the desert that learned my name, where the lost return and the proud grow lame, where the wreck of my past past became my shame, where dust and sorrow are all the same. I saw the grave that bore my name in the desert that learned my name. The night collapsed, the wind fell still, a hush that bent the canyon's will. My horse knelt down beside the tomb, as if it sensed my doom. I brushed the sand from off the cross and felt the weight of years I'd lost. The sky turned red, the stars turned blind, the truth I feared to find. I placed my hand upon the stone and finally felt I wasn't alone. The ghost behind me breathed my past, a storm I couldn't outlast. But in that cold, forgotten dirt, I found the strength to face the hurt. The desert groaned and softly came. Now you may take your name. From the desert that learned my name, I walked reborn through the burning flame. The road ahead, though dark and maimed, no longer felt like death's domain, for the earth released what it once claimed. From the desert that learned my name. I rode into a world gone thin, where dust crept slow beneath my skin. The sky hung low like dying claw, too stark to keep is old. My horse walked stiff through broken land, its hooves like presents sink in the sand. And every breath the desert gave felt like a sigh from graves. The wind was sharp as splintered bone, it whistled through the fields of stone. No grass, no leaf, no life to show, just plains where nothing grows. I passed the ruins of a town, its windows burned, its church torn down. And in the air a smell of rust, old wounds that never trust. On the plains where nothing grows, where the lost wind cries and the dead repose, where the bones of the earth and sorrow froze, I ride alone through the night shadows. No dawn can heal what the dark bestows. On the plain where nothing grows. Raven sat on twisted wire, its black eyes glowing faint with fire. It watched me pass without a sound, a king of barren ground. Its wings spread slow and dying light, a silhouette too soft to fight. It circled once above my trail, a hem so thin and frail. Ahead a figure stood alone, a silhouette of dust and bone. It stands too human for the night, too wrong for mortal sight. I pulled my reins, the wind stood still, my heartbeat trembled against my will. The figure turned with quiet woes of ghosts of plains where nothing grows. On the plains where nothing grows, where the cold wind hums and the night bestows, where the air itself becomes your foe, and every guilt you've ever sown returns to you like winter's throws on the plains where nothing grows. Don't kill a man with blades, they kill him with the truth he fades. And on these plains the silence knows the seas you never chose. The ghost stepped closer through the dust, its movement slow, its posture thrust into a shape I'd seen before, a womb I chose to ignore. Its face took form, its eyes took flame, and when it whispered out my name, I felt the earth beneath me till a grave I never built. You left me here, the phantom said, among the broken and the dead. You rode away to chase your sins, but I stayed trapped within. Its hand reached out, a fragile sweep, a gesture soft enough to weep. I felt its fingers brush my own, a coldness born of stone. On the plains where nothing grows, where the land remembers every blow, where the man you were becomes your foe, and regret cuts deep like winter snow. There lies the truth no rider knows. On the plains where nothing grows. The night rolled in with solemn grace, a shroud pulled tight across the place. My horse bowed down in ragged breath, submission close to death. I knelt beside the ghost of me, the part I'd buried not to see. And in that barren world of stone, I claimed what I outgrown. You're not a scar, I whispered low. You're every seed I failed to sow. The phantom nodded soft and slow, its shadow let him go. And as it faded, dawn grew weak, a fragile beam across my cheek. The desert sighed, the silence froze, so warm only desert knows. slow, haunting, dissolving on the plains where nothing grows. I met the ghost, my saddle froze. I rode. The desert breathed like dying lungs, a hollow tune no man had sung. The sky was bruised with purple scars, a battlefield of ancient stars. My horse moved slow through shifting sand, a weary ghost beneath my hand. The wind crawled sharp across my back, a warning rap in black. Behind me rose a distant roar, a thunder clawing at the floor. The lightning cracked through dying dusk, a beast awake in brush. I felt his breath along my spine, a storm too old to still define. And then the darkness made its form, a shape inside the storm. I'm the horseman who outran the storm, where the night grows teeth and the winds deform, where the thunder hunts and the lightning swarms, and the broken sky is no longer warm. I ride through death where no soul is born, the horseman who outran the storm. The clouds collapse like falling gray, the sky too wild for men to save. The fire danced across the dunes, a choir of shattered moons. The storm grew close with every stride, its shadows long, its hunger wide. I felt its fingers brush my reins, a pull of roaring chains. My horse let out a trembling cry, a sound too human not to die. But still we pushed through choking night, a spark against the fray. Inside the storm I saw a face, a ghost I'd lost in time's embrace. He whispered through the thunder's breath, you left me to my death. I'm the horseman who outran the storm, where regrets turn cold and the past transforms, where the dead ride close and the winds perform, a dirge for sins I cannot reform. I flee from ghosts, both kind and warm, the horseman who outran the storm. A man can run from mortal blades, but not the storms his shadow made. And every mile that he rides torn becomes the storm he must outrun. A canyon opened at my side, a mall for men who dared to ride. The storm fell in with roaring fire, a beast of raw desire. I heard the thunder call my name, a curse too heavy to proclaim. It echoed through the cracking stone, a fate not meant to own. My horse leapt over broken ground, a heartbeat lost in heaven's sound. The lightning chased like burning steel, too close to not feel real. But then the storm unleashed a cry, a sound that tore apart the sky. And in its core I saw the truth, the ghost of my lost youth. Heavy, violent, overwhelming, I'm the horseman who outran the storm, where memories strike like thunderborn, where the past grows wild, untamed, forlorn, and every scar becomes a thorn. No dawn can soothe what the winds have shorn. The horseman who outran the storm. The sky collapsed, the world turned white, a flash that swallowed both man and night. My horse stumbled through the blaze, a soul beyond its days. But then the storm began to fade, as if my fear the beast had made. Its voice grew thin, its anger torn, a cry of things unborn. I looked behind, the plains were bare, no storm, no ghosts, no burning air, just silence lying cold and warm, a place where storms are born. I breathed the dawn into my chest, a fragile shard of needed rest. And though my bones were cracked and sore, I rode afraid no more. Find the horseman who outran the storm. Through death and fire I was reborn, where the desert breaks and the winds transform. I learned what weight a man must perform, and now I ride with the spirit.